Hey students, today we'll be talking about the climax of stories and the shapes of stories, looking at deeper analysis of short stories. So we've already gone over what an exposition is. The exposition is the background information of a story. We learn about the characters. We also learn about the background information, setting, time, place, etc. The inciting incident is the one situation that starts the entire plot in action. We've talked about diction, which is the author's word choice. So diction means word choice. We've talked about denotation, which is the strict dictionary definition of a word. And we've talked about connotation, and that is how the word that is used makes the reader feel. So when we talk about denotation, we're talking about an author's tone or attitude toward his or her subject. And when we talk about connotation, we're talking about how the reader feels. We're talking about mood. Told a little story in class today about if you have to change a car's head gasket, you have to put all the parts back properly in order for everything to work and the engine to run. The same thing with a story. You need an exposition, inciting incident, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution, diction, tone, mood, figurative language, etc. And they all work together to make the entire story work. So you just can't pull out different parts and say, this is what makes this story. It's everything working together. Literary conflicts. As you read Richard Connell's The Most Dangerous Game, there are different types of literary conflicts happening. So I want you to watch this short video clip that goes over the different types of literary conflicts. And then I want you to think about the different types of conflicts seen in the story, The Most Dangerous Game. Then I want you to, 1, write down the conflict or conflict scene. 2, find a direct quotation which shows the conflict or conflicts in action. And as I have said, The Most Dangerous Game contains multiple types of literary conflict. To the climax, the dizzying height. Watch this film clip that discusses the concept of a climax in a story. Remember that in a climax you will see a shift of plot and a change in the characters. So as you take a look at Richard Connell's The Most Dangerous Game, pick out the shift in plot and the change in the characters. As an aside, how does this help lead us, the reader, toward the story's resolution in terms of Richard Connell's story anyhow? Here is a about 17-minute clip of Kurt Vonnegut, who was an Indianapolis writer of worldwide acclaim, and he discusses the shapes of stories. Vonnegut has a sense of humor, but he discusses how stories are put together in the same way over and over and over again. So I know he's writing on a chalkboard, but it really takes me back to a simpler time. So watch his YouTube video. This is when he is giving an address at Case Western Reserve. And then after watching this video, I want you to answer the following question. Into what story shape does Richard Connell's The Most Dangerous Game fit? Write down the shape that you think it fits into, and then write your reasons that you think it fits into this shape, because you will write a short essay about this topic either today or maybe on Friday, depending on how far we get. And then you need to work on the climax of The Most Dangerous Game. So it is time for you to put your skills to good use. So I have attached a worksheet. So on this worksheet, you will specifically say what you think the climax of the story is. You will also summarize the action or actions that happen around the climax. You then are going to take a look at the characterization of Rainsford and Zaroff at the climax of The Most Dangerous Game, and you need to be able to pick out the shift in plot and change in the characters. Here's a link to the guided worksheet. And the guided worksheet looks like this. So first on top, you're going to answer, in your view, what is the climax of the story? summarize what happens, write down the direct quotation that has the stories or contains the story's climax, and then finally, in terms of characterization, what happens to Rainsford and Zaroff at the climax of the story. I know this is a lot to digest. I know for some of you that this is a new way of breaking down short stories or any story, but I want you to try your best. And at the end of the day today, I want you to upload the amount of work, no matter what the amount of work is, I want you to upload what you actually got done so I can see if I need to go back and help people with specific parts of this assignment. Have fun.